and that everybody stay separate and stay. And that's what white supremacy does. You stay over there, and we don't have nothing to do with your people, and we're gonna be better than your people, and we're gonna leave your people out of the American dream. So now all of a sudden, this cop who's an agent sent all of a sudden get locked up. Now somebody want to talk about white supremacy? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Y'all, people like that had contributed to white supremacy. And it's not only people of agency that did it. It's other groups of people that come over here and do that shit. There's other group of Asians that come over here and do the same shit. They try to come over here and build a community that have only strictly them in that community, knowing that we live in America. And to me, if you're an American citizen, you should be able to live any way you want to live, especially if you're born here. You shouldn't have to be restricted on where you can live. So when a group of people build Chinatown, they're basically saying that nobody else belonged there. Don't you get it? And black people didn't even see this. I saw it with my own eyes. Why you need Chinatown in America? Why you need Chinatown in America? That makes no sense to me. You're an American citizen like everybody else. So if you're an American citizen like everybody else, you should treat other Americans like Americans. And don't try to build communities that you think it should be your own. Now I know some people are gonna say, "Well, we got our own black communities." No, these communities was forced on us. These communities that we live in now, these communities was based on racism. All right, don't get it twisted. There's only a couple of communities that I know for a fact that we have built, and that's only because we had no choice. Like Harlem and like Tulsa, Oklahoma, the community of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Those are communities that we were forced to build because of racism discrimination. But the rest of the communities that black people live in, these are not our communities, man. And I'm tired of people thinking that we got a black community. We don't have a black community, man. These are forced communities. Black people were forced into the communities and was alienated in communities and quarantined in these communities. All right? While at the same time, white people was moving to the suburbs, aka white flight. So don't get it twisted. We didn't, cause you don't see no African towns. You don't see none of West African towns or no black towns. You don't see that. I don't see it. Tell me where you see it and say a black town. Tell me where you see it where it say it's South African town. Tell me where it say it. Tell me where you can see a town like that in America. They actually say black people town. There's none. Where you got Chinatown, Little Italy, huh? Why are you making communities that's strictly for people that for people that look like you, who came from another country, when you're supposed to be over here as Americans now? That makes no sense to me. That's like us Americans going to another country in Europe or in Africa and calling it American town. Do that make any sense, Hawkins?
No, it makes no sense at all.
Do you see what I'm getting at? So why you have people coming over to other countries doing that same shit, and then get surprised when they get treated like they other people, like they others. When you basically, why do you get mad when you get treated like others when you actually acting like you others? By building community for people that look like you, and alienating everybody else that's also live on this land. There's only one group of people that should do that. I'm sorry to say, there's only one group of people that should have their own little towns, and that is the native populations that's in America. They're the only one that should be allowed to have their own sovereign nation. Why? Because it was their land first. They're the only group of people, the indigenous people here. They're the only group of people that have their own little nations and towns. Everybody else, including black people, should not be doing that. Should not be trying to build a community where it only shows their people. Because to me, that's separatism and that's segregation, if I'm concerned. I don't care what nobody say. And I'm sorry, some people, Asian descent, contribute to segregation. They contribute to that shit. I'm sorry. But yet they surprised that now all of a sudden the white people were treating them the same way as black people? Why are you surprised now? You actually contribute to it by starting these small communities that only allow you people that look like you in it. You contribute to supremacy when you do that. You do. I don't care what nobody say. You contribute to it. And this is why you're getting treated the way you are. This is why you're getting treated just like all other minorities in this country. This is why this man who was of Asian descent was getting found guilty when you had white people who cops who don't get treated like who don't get plead guilty. Don't be convicted. You should have fought. You should have fought beside us when in the '60s to end segregation. Should have fought along with us to end racism. But a lot of y'all didn't do it. As long as they wasn't fucking with y'all didn't care about black folks. As long as y'all wasn't getting water sprayed on y'all didn't give a fuck. Because y'all had your own little Chinatowns and little Koreatowns. So y'all didn't give a fuck what the black people was going through. They didn't care. Because all you saw was, well, this is my opportunity to start our own communities and leave everybody else out. So you play right in the hands of the fucking racists, and y'all don't even realize that. You play right in the hands of the racists. Now, y'all surprised now. Now y'all realize y'all got woke up. Y'all got a wake up call now, didn't y'all? Did you play in the hands of the racists? Guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna get racist towards you too. And I'm surprised about some people in the Asian community because the fact is, when World War II happened, a lot of people that was of Japanese descent were put into concentration camps in America in the 1940s because the American government didn't trust them. So what happened in Japan, even though these are American citizens, born here in America, but because they have a Japanese background, they were put in the concentration camps because of what Japan did. And I thought that some of y'all be smart from that and be like, you know what? We gotta act like American citizens like everybody else. And if we see these people over here being treated like they're not American citizens, we need to fight on their side. Because we all Americans. I didn't see that though. All I saw was quietness while the black community was going through their struggles. And now they want your own, and in your eyes, are being convicted for manslaughter. Now suddenly y'all want to come out in droves. Now suddenly y'all want to talk about white supremacy and how it's unfair that one of your own get convicted for killing a black man when it's white people that don't do it. Well, first of all, that's the fact that y'all only come out for what happened when somebody that looked like yourself. That right there show you that we're not together as citizens. That show you right there we're not together as Americans, and it's sad. The bottom line is, if you don't want to treat it like if you don't want to be treated equal like everybody else in this country, like the way what black people were trying to do for years, you got to fight against racism, man. You got to fight against discrimination. You got to act like more like Americans, man. Black people in America have been trying to act like Americans since black people had left slavery or got free from slavery. They say that other groups don't give a shit about America. It's just that they wanted to come over here, build their own communities based on what country they came from, and then act surprised when they get treated like they from another country. You see what I'm getting at? You build a Chinatown, guess what white people want to do? Or even black people. They're going to treat you like you're not an American. Why can I see you as American when you build a Chinatown? How that works? How can I see you as American? I see you as an immigrant when you do that. I'm sorry. And this is what white supremacy see you as. They see you as not a non-American. But y'all had some of y'all had fucking contributed to that shit by starting these little towns that based on the country you came from, your ancestors came from, and that's right there's a no. Because now you getting treated like you are from another country. Just like black people are still getting treated like we from another country. That's why Todd Harley don't like the term African American. The same reason. Because now it gives people racists to think that we're not from this country. I'm sorry. They're gonna see us as they're gonna see you just like they see us as non-American citizens who just happy to be here, getting peanuts. When black people was marching in the '60s, they should have been marching with us to get treated as Americans and as human beings. Not helping white supremacy, and then get shocked when white supremacy turn on you. When you seen black people marching in the streets because they were getting gunned down, you should have been marching with us. Simple and plain. Because at the end of the day, we're all Americans. No matter what skin color is, we're all Americans. I didn't hear that from some other communities. Now it's affecting your community, now you have a problem. I don't know what you think about it as Hawkins, but that's what I'm talking about. Is that we're supposed to be Americans, but people are trying to hold on to their ancestral past. They're trying to bring the ancestral past to this country and divide and conquer other people's doing that. When you left Asia, you can still bring your roots with you. But you should have realized that you're in America now. And there's other people that's probably different from you that's also American, and we need to act like American citizens. And I don't get it because my ancestors most of my ancestors was black African descent was brought over here by force. And yet we want to be more American, and we want to act more American than you. And your ancestors came over here freely. How did that work? If I have a choice to come to or go to another country, and I know that my choice is to go to another country, guess what? I'm going to go by that country now. I'm going to treat my countrymen in that country better. Say, for instance, I go to Nigeria, and I say I'm going to live in Nigeria now. Where my ancestors originally probably most of them came from. You think I'm going to still act like I'm an American? No, I'm going to go by their rules and their regulations, and I'm going to go by their culture. Because I'm over there. Most likely, I want to have kids that's going to be over there. So therefore, I want my kids to know the Nigerian cultures or the tribe's cultures over there. I'm not going to bring my American ways over there. I'm not doing it. They have a certain rule and regulations in that country. They have a certain culture. Guess what? Even though I might still have lived by American culture because that's all I know, I'm going to try to learn their culture. So my kids if I have kids over there, those kids will be Nigerians. That's how I would do it. I won't go over there and bring all my American culture over there and try to influence people who actually have their own culture. I'm not doing that. I know some people will say, well, that's good to trade cultures. Yeah, it's good to trade cultures, but I'm not going to try to